What if I told you that the wealthiest people on earth don't just have money? They have something far more powerful. A set of habits. Habits that you can build starting today. Once you understand these habits, your mindset will never be the same. No more waiting for the right moment. No more self-doubt. You can change everything in an instant. Are you ready? Imagine this. You wake up one morning with a goal. Something big you want to accomplish. It could be launching your own business, writing that book, or even achieving financial independence. You feel the fire. You feel the excitement. You dive in headfirst with all the energy you can muster, working tirelessly for the first few days, maybe even a few weeks. But then, the inevitable happens. The energy fades. Life gets in the way. The roadblocks appear. And suddenly, the yet-burning desire to succeed begins to dim. Now, picture this. What if, instead of quitting or falling off track when the excitement fades, you made a decision to show up every day, no matter what? What if you chose consistency over motivation? Consistency is the true secret to success. It's not about the bursts of energy, not about the occasional sprint toward your goals. It's about the daily grind, the quiet persistence, the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. Let me tell you a story about one of the wealthiest men in the world, Warren Buffett. This man did not achieve his success by being lucky. He didn't wake up one morning with the perfect idea. He achieved success because he did one thing, consistently, over decades. He read. Every single day, for hours on end. He read books, reports, financial statements, and anything else that would expand his knowledge. While others were distracted by quick gains and flashy opportunities, Warren was mastering the art of continuous learning. His success wasn't based on a one-time burst of effort. It was built on the daily commitment to improving his mind, day in and day out. Now you might be thinking, I'm not Warren Buffett. How does this apply to me? Let's look at your own journey. Think about any goal you've ever set, whether it was getting fit, building a business, or learning a new skill. How many times did you get excited, jump in, and then fizzle out after a few days or weeks? You didn't fail because you weren't capable. You failed because you stopped. You stopped showing up. You stopped being consistent. Consistency isn't about massive effort in short bursts. It's about small, everyday actions that build up over time. It's the little things that compound into big results. Think about a stone cutter. He strikes the same rock over and over again, and on the surface, it looks like nothing's happening. But every strike is one step closer to breaking the rock apart. His success is invisible in the moment. It's only apparent after hundreds of strikes, after the rock finally cracks open. And just like that stone cutter, your success is built with every small, consistent action you take. Consider Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players in history. While talent played a role, it wasn't his only edge. He practiced relentlessly, focusing on the fundamentals, improving every day. He didn't take shortcuts. He understood that greatness doesn't come from raw talent alone. It comes from the discipline to show up day after day and improve, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems like you're not making progress. This is where many people fall short. They want the results, but they don't want the grind. They're looking for instant success, a shortcut, a way to bypass the effort. But here's the cold, hard truth. There are no shortcuts to success. The path to greatness is paved by consistency, not by momentary bursts of motivation. You have to put in the work every single day, even when you don't feel like it. The key to success isn't in finding motivation when it's convenient. It's in building the habit of showing up no matter what. The richest, most successful people didn't get where they are by luck. They didn't wait for inspiration to strike. They understood the power of consistency. They knew that small, seemingly insignificant actions compounded over time lead to extraordinary results. So, ask yourself today, are you committed to consistency? Are you willing to show up every day, even when it feels hard, even when you don't see the results right away? If you are, success is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's time to make that choice. Your future success doesn't depend on one giant leap. It depends on every small, consistent action you take starting today. Show up and watch your life change. Don't failure. The word alone sends a chill down the spine. For many, it represents the end of the road. A sign that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough to make it. It's easy to view failure as a personal defeat, a permanent mark on your identity. But let me ask you this. What if everything you've been taught about failure is wrong? What if failure isn't a roadblock, but a stepping stone, a lesson, an essential part of the journey to success? Let me tell you a story. In 1995, a man named Jeff Bezos made a bold move. The question isn't whether you'll fail. The question is how you'll respond when it happens. Will you quit or will you get up, dust yourself off, and try again, better equipped with the lessons you've learned? The most successful people in the world get up every time they fall. They understand that failure doesn't define them. It refines them. It sharpens their skills, it strengthens their resolve, and it propels them forward on the path to success. Ask yourself right now, what's a failure in your life that's been holding you back? Is it a missed opportunity, a business that didn't take off, a relationship that ended, or a dream you thought was too big to achieve? Instead of seeing it as a failure, ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I use this to grow? What can I do better next time? It's time to stop fearing failure. It's time to start embracing it as an essential part of your success. The greatest achievements in history weren't born from perfection. They were born from the courage to fail, learn, and keep going. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. When you look at the world's most successful people, one thing stands out. They are relentless in their focus. It's not that they have magical abilities or that they're always lucky. It's their unwavering ability to direct their energy toward one thing, to block out distractions, and to keep their eyes fixed on their goals, no matter what. Focus isn't just a skill. It's a way of life. Take Elon Musk, for example. He isn't a jack of all trades. He focuses on his mission, one that is bigger than himself. He's not trying to conquer every industry. He's focused on revolutionizing space travel and transforming energy use on Earth. Musk could be distracted by a million opportunities, but he keeps his focus razor sharp on his vision of the future, or you'll. It's that laser-like focus that has allowed him to achieve what most people thought was impossible. Now, let's bring it back to you. How often do you get sidetracked? How many times have you jumped from one idea to the next without seeing it through? We've all been there, chasing multiple things at once, thinking that if we spread ourselves thin, we'll somehow cover more ground. But here's the painful truth. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing well. Success requires an unwavering focus on one thing at a time. Consider the story of Steve Jobs. Before Apple became the global empire it is today, Jobs was known for one thing: his relentless focus on simplicity and perfection. When the iPhone was being developed, Jobs didn't care about what everyone else was doing. He wasn't concerned with what the competition was bringing to market. Instead, he obsessed over every detail of the user experience. The end result: the iPhone changed the world. Jobs could have tried to build 100 other products, but he channeled his focus into that one product, and it transformed the entire tech industry. Focus doesn't just come from ambition. It's a choice. It's a decision to say a no to the endless distractions that life throws your way. Let's face it, distraction is everywhere. The moment you wake up, there's a flood of messages, emails, notifications, and calls pulling you in 100 directions. But if you let those distractions control you, they will rob you of your time, energy, and most importantly, your progress. Focus is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be trained. Think about this. You're at a crossroads. Every time you face a decision, your focus will determine your direction. When you're clear on your priorities and committed to focusing on what matters most, you eliminate the noise. It's not about juggling a million tasks. It's about dedicating yourself to the few that will truly move the needle. That's where the magic happens. Psychologically, the human brain can only focus on one thing at a time with deep intensity. Multitasking is a myth. You might think you're being efficient, but in reality, multitasking only dilutes your attention and reduces the quality of your work. High performers, the ones who achieve the impossible, understand this. They know that the key to success isn't in trying to be everything to everyone. It's in honing in on the one thing that matters most, at any given moment. This is where relentless focus creates breakthroughs. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart, choosing where to direct your energy. When you focus on the one thing that will get you closer to your goal, every action becomes purposeful. Every step counts, every effort is aligned with the end result. Think about what you're working toward right now. Are you fully immersed in it, or are you distracted by the countless other things fighting for your attention? Your success is tied to your ability to block out the noise, to keep moving forward no matter what, to remain relentlessly focused on the outcome you want. That focus, that discipline to stay the course, is what will carry you to the finish line. Ask yourself this: how much longer will you let distractions control your life? How much time will you waste on things that don't serve your true purpose? The power is in your hands. It's time to focus, relentlessly. No more excuses, no more distractions. Because when you master your focus, you master your destiny. The greatest investment you can ever make isn't in stocks, bonds, or real estate. It's in yourself. I want you to hear me when I say this. Everything you need to achieve your goals, everything you need to unlock the next level of success is already within you. The key is knowing that investing in your mind, body, and spirit is the most powerful investment you'll ever make. Look at someone like Richard Branson, a man who started with nothing but a passion for adventure and a willingness to take risks. But Branson's story isn't about the risks he took with money or business. It's about the risks he took with himself. From early on, he understood that personal growth wasn't just a luxury. It was the foundation of success. He invested in learning, in expanding his perspective, and in developing skills that would serve him for decades to come. He didn't wait for someone to hand him opportunities. He created them by first transforming himself. This isn't just for billionaires. This is for you. Too many people spend their lives seeking external validation or waiting for the right moment. But let me tell you the truth. The right moment will never come. The moment is now, and the first step toward unlocking your potential is choosing to invest in yourself, no matter how big or small the steps may seem. Imagine this. You wake up every day and decide that today you will be better than you were yesterday. You make the decision to invest in yourself daily, whether it's reading a book, taking a course, exercising, or spending time in deep self-reflection. It's not a matter of if, but when. The more you pour into yourself, the more you will grow, and the more the world will open up to you. Think about the impact of a single decision to invest in your growth. Take Tony Robbins, for example. Robbins didn't just wake up one day and become the powerhouse speaker and coach he is today. It was years of immersing himself in books, learning from mentors, and continually investing in his own development. He wasn't waiting for someone to tell him he was good enough. He made the decision that his personal growth was worth every penny, every ounce of energy, and every ounce of time. And now, look at him. His influence is global. But here's where the real power lies. When you choose to invest in yourself, you start creating momentum. You see, your personal growth isn't just about improving in one area. It's about how every little decision you make to improve yourself compounds over time. As you grow mentally, emotionally, and physically, your life begins to shift. Opportunities come your way that you never imagined. Your energy changes, your mindset evolves, and suddenly the world around you begins to reflect your inner transformation. This isn't just about career advancement or financial success. It's about becoming the best version of you. The version of yourself who knows no limits, who sees challenges as opportunities to grow, and who knows that there's always something new to learn. But let's be clear. Investing in yourself isn't just about knowledge. It's about resilience. It's about self-care. It's about making sure your mind and body are in the best possible state to handle whatever life throws your way. You can read all the books you want, take all the courses, and attend all the seminars. But if your body isn't healthy, if your mind isn't clear, or if you don't have the energy to go after your dreams, you're not truly investing in yourself. Oh, think about it. If you had the opportunity to spend money on something that would make your life easier, more fulfilling, and more successful, wouldn't you do it? The truth is, the best thing you can do is invest in your own growth. The ROI isn't just financial, it's everything. The life you dream about is built on the foundation of personal investment. So today, ask yourself, what will you do to invest in yourself? Whether it's signing up for that course you've been putting off, going for that morning run, or simply committing to positive self-talk every day, it's time to start now. The results won't come overnight, but they will come. And when they do, you'll realize that the best investment you ever made was the one you made in yourself. Time. It's the one thing we all have in common, but it's also the one thing we often take for granted. Every day we're given 24 hours to live our lives, chase our dreams, and make progress toward our goals. But here's the catch. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't stop for any. And the difference between those who achieve extraordinary success and those who don't often comes down to how they use their time. Take a moment and think about this. How much time do you waste on things that don't align with your vision? How many hours are spent scrolling through social media, mindlessly watching TV, or getting caught up in distractions? The reality is, most people waste hours, sometimes even days, on things that don't matter. They may tell themselves they'll catch up tomorrow, or that they'll start tomorrow, or that they'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Let me tell you about one of the most powerful examples of mastering time. Elon Musk. He's not only the CEO of multiple companies, but he's also an innovator and visionary whose work is shaping the future. Musk isn't a superhero. He's not working 48 hours a day. The secret to his success is that he's mastered the art of time management. Musk is known for breaking down his day into 5-minute increments. That's right. He schedules his time to the minute, knowing exactly where he needs to be and what he needs to focus on. And there's every decision he makes is deliberate and intentional. He's not wasting a single second on things that don't directly contribute to his mission. And that's what allows him to juggle multiple industries and continue innovating at such an incredible pace. The truth is, you can't afford to let time slip away. Time is your most valuable resource, yet it's the one thing that's completely out of your control. You can't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's why you need to be intentional about how you use it. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Now, let's talk about how you can take control of your time. The first step is learning how to prioritize. Not everything on your to-do list deserves your time. Some things are urgent, but not important. Some things are important, but not urgent, and the trick is knowing the difference. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, has a famous quote. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. That's right. One of the keys to mastering time is learning how to say no. You don't have to say yes to every meeting, every phone call, or every opportunity that comes your way. By focusing on the things that truly matter, you free yourself up to make bigger strides toward your goals. But mastering time isn't just about saying no. It's also about scheduling your priorities. Successful people don't just wake up and see where the day takes them. They plan their day in advance. They block out time for deep work, for personal growth, and for the things that move the needle in their lives. It's about being deliberate with every moment. You wouldn't spend your money carelessly, so why spend your time carelessly? One of the most powerful tools you can use to master your time is time blocking. This is a technique where you schedule specific chunks of time for specific tasks. Whether it's writing, working on your business, or exercising, you dedicate a set period of time to it and eliminate distractions during that time. When you're focused on one task, you'll get more done in less time, and you'll feel more accomplished at the end of the day. This is how the most successful people manage to achieve so much. It's not that they have more time than you, it's that they use their time more wisely. Let me ask you, what would your life look like if you truly mastered your time? If you spend every day focused on the things that matter most and eliminated the distractions that steal your energy and attention, the truth is, when you control your time, you control your life. Time management isn't just about being productive. It's about creating a life that aligns with your purpose and your goals. Time is precious. You have the power to choose how you use it. Will you continue to let distractions control you, or will you take charge and make every moment count? The choice is yours. Make it count. The people you choose to surround yourself with have a far greater impact on your success than most realize. Think about it. Your environment shapes your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. The people you spend your time with either lift you up or hold you back. So, let me ask you, are you surrounding yourself with excellence, or are you settling for mediocrity? Take a look at the life of the late, great Steve Jobs. His success wasn't just about his own brilliance. It was about the incredible people he surrounded himself with. Jobs didn't just hire anyone. He brought in the best of the best, people who were not just skilled, but who pushed the boundaries of innovation, people who could see beyond the status quo and dared to challenge conventional thinking. It wasn't just about their technical skills. It was about their mindset, their drive, and their ability to think differently. Jobs knew that by surrounding himself with people who had a relentless passion for excellence, he would be able to achieve the unimaginable. And together they changed the world. You see, excellence is contagious. When you surround yourself with people who operate at the highest level, who demand the best from themselves and from you, you can't help but raise your own standards. Your conversations shift. Your mindset expands. Your mindset expands. You begin to think bigger, work harder, and push yourself beyond what you thought possible. It's not just about learning new skills. It's about adopting a new way of thinking, a mindset that sees possibility where others see obstacles. But the opposite is true as well. When you surround yourself with people who are content with mediocrity, who don't challenge you or encourage you to grow, it becomes easy to fall into that same mindset. You start to believe that a good enough is okay, that complacency is acceptable, and that dreaming big is reserved for others. You start to play it safe, to settle for less, and you stop believing in the greatness within you. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people is like putting a lid on your potential. Keeps you trapped in a cycle of underachievement and self-doubt. Psychologically, this is rooted in the concept of social influence. People around us influence our behavior, thoughts, and emotions more than we realize. We tend to mirror the attitudes, habits, and behaviors of those we interact with the most. This is why your circle is everything. The moment you change your environment, you change your mindset. Boom. The moment you start associating with people who are committed to excellence, you start to see the world through a different lens. You begin to ask yourself, why settle for less when I know I am capable of so much more? Consider the story of a man named Jim Rohn, one of the most influential motivational speakers in history. Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." The statement holds profound truth. This statement holds profound truth. When Rohn surrounded himself with successful, driven people, he elevated his own thinking, his own life, and his own success. The people around him didn't just influence his thoughts. They shaped his actions and the trajectory of his life. Rohn understood that your environment plays a pivotal role in shaping your future. But what does this look like in your life? It means being intentional about who you allow into your space. Are you spending your time with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who push you to be your best? Or are you letting negative, small-minded individuals drag you down? The power is in your hands. If you want to achieve greatness, you must curate your circle. Seek out mentors. Surround yourself with high achievers, people who won't just support your dreams, but who will hold you accountable to them. Discover that. Here's the truth. Greatness is never achieved in isolation. Even the most successful people in the world didn't get there alone. They sought out the best. They surrounded themselves with people who could push them, teach them, and elevate their thinking. And so should you. Should you. So today, take a hard look at your circle. Are they pushing you toward your best self? Or are they holding you back? Are they expanding your vision or limiting it? Your environment will determine your future. Choose to surround yourself with excellence and watch how it transforms not only your mindset, but your life. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely, don't risk. For most people, the mere mention of it brings up feelings of fear, hesitation, and doubt. It's easier to stay in your comfort zone, to keep doing what you know, to play it safe. But here's the cold, hard truth. Without risk, there is no reward. The most successful people in the world, the ones who have truly changed the game, have one thing in common. They were willing to take risks. Not reckless risks, but calculated ones. They were willing to step into the unknown, to embrace uncertainty and to take bold actions, even when the outcome was uncertain. Let me tell you the story of Jeff Bezos. In 1994, Bezos was working a comfortable job on Wall Street. He had stability, a great salary, and a promising future. But he also had a dream. He saw the potential of the internet, and he believed that it could change the way people shop forever. So he took a risk. He left his secure job and invested his life savings into a business that sold books online, Amazon. At the time, it was an insane idea. The internet was in its infancy, and no one was sure if people would even trust shopping online. It was risky. But Bezos was willing to risk it all for a vision he believed in. Today, Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world. His risk paid off, but it wasn't without struggle, failure, and doubt along the way. What Bezos did is something that so many successful people have in common. They risked everything for something they believed in. Look at Elon Musk. He invested his own money to keep SpaceX and Tesla alive during their early days when no one else believed in them. Musk bet on himself, took risks that many would have deemed foolish, and now he's one of the most influential figures in the world. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to their willingness to take risks. Those who step out of their comfort zone, who are willing to fail and try again, are the ones who ultimately achieve greatness. But it's not just about financial risks. It's about emotional risks, intellectual risks, and personal risks. Every time you choose to face your fears, to try something new, to push your boundaries, you are taking a risk. When you start that business, when you leave that toxic job, when you ask for what you deserve, you are taking a risk. And yes, you might fail. But the fear of failure is far greater than the reality of it. The only true failure is not trying, not taking the risk at all. The ones who succeed aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who keep going, no matter how many times they fall. Psychologically, the fear of risk is rooted in the fear of loss, the loss of security, comfort, or control. But think about this. You are already living with risk. Every day you're making choices that impact your future, whether you realize it or not. The question is, will you keep playing small and stay in the safety of your comfort zone? Or will you step out and embrace the unknown, trusting that the risks you take will lead to growth, learning, and ultimately, success? Risk is what drives innovation. It's what pushes us forward. Without risk, we stay stagnant, stuck in the same old patterns, and we miss the opportunities that could transform our lives. But risk isn't something you take blindly. It's something you embrace strategically. It's about doing the hard work, doing the research, and making calculated decisions that align with your goals and vision. Look at your own life right now. What are the risks you've been avoiding? What dreams have you pushed aside because you were afraid of what might happen if you fail? Or the truth is, the greatest rewards come from the willingness to step into the unknown, to take that first step, to embrace the uncertainty and keep moving forward. So, ask yourself, what is the biggest risk you can take right now? What's holding you back from going after what you truly want? The moment you stop fearing risk is the moment you unlock your true potential. The world is full of opportunities waiting for those who are brave enough to take them. Will you step up and take the leap? Or will you stay where you are, trapped by fear and comfort? The choice is yours. Embrace the risk. Embrace the unknown. Because in the end, the greatest risk is the one you didn't take. There's something that powerful people, successful people, and truly fulfilled people have in common. They understand the power of giving. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about giving from the heart. Your time, your energy, your knowledge, your love. Because here's the truth. When you give, you receive. Not always in the form of money, but in ways that matter far more: growth, connection, fulfillment. Giving is the key to unlocking an abundance of not just wealth, but happiness, meaning purpose in your life. Let me tell you about a man who changed the world because of his commitment to giving. His name is Muhammad Yunus. In 1976, Unes, a professor of economics in Bangladesh, saw a group of women in a village struggling to make a living. They didn't have the resources to get started, to grow their small businesses. They needed just a small loan, nothing major, but it was enough to help them lift themselves out of poverty. Yet, traditional banks wouldn't lend to them because they didn't have collateral. So Yunus did something radical. He lent the women his own money with no strings attached. It was a risk, but it was a risk he believed in. And it paid off, not just for those women, but for millions more. Yunus went on to create the Grameen Bank, a revolutionary financial institution that provided microloans to people who were considered unbankable. His commitment to giving opportunities, giving support, giving hope, transformed the lives of millions. Now, think about the impact of that on your own life. Have you ever given something that wasn't easy? Have you ever given something expecting nothing in return, just because you wanted to help, because you wanted to make someone else's life better? That's the magic. It shifts your focus away from scarcity, away from the belief that there's not enough to go around. It opens you up to the possibility that giving can create more than you ever thought possible. And it's not just about the immediate impact. The ripple effects of your giving can change the course of someone's life forever. Take Oprah Winfrey. She is known for her philanthropy and for giving back in ways that go beyond just writing checks. Oprah gives of herself. She shares her platform, her knowledge, her story, her heart. She created schools, scholarship programs, and countless opportunities for people who would otherwise never have had a chance. But here's the kicker. The more she gives, the more her influence and success grow. It's not a coincidence. When you give, the universe responds. It opens doors. It brings opportunities. It attracts people who want to support you in your mission because they see that you're willing to help others. Giving isn't just a transaction, it's a mindset. It's a way of life. Psychologically speaking, giving is tied to the concept of reciprocity. We have an innate need to connect with others, and when we give, we strengthen that bond. It creates a sense of fulfillment, not because we expect something in return, but because it enriches our sense of purpose. Giving releases feel-good chemicals in the brain like dopamine and oxytocin, which promote positive emotions and make us feel more connected. The more we give, the more we feel aligned with who we are and what we stand for. It's a win-win. But here's the deeper truth. Giving is a form of abundance. When we give, we affirm that there is always enough. There's enough time, enough resources, enough love to go around. When you give from a place of abundance, you attract more of it into your life. You open up space for miracles, for opportunities that you never thought possible. And it's not about how much you give, it's about the intention behind it. The energy you put into giving matters far more than the amount. The act of giving shifts your energy, and when your energy is aligned with the highest version of yourself, you attract exactly what you need. So, let me ask you, where can you start giving more today? How can you add value to someone's life? Whether it's with your time, your knowledge, your support, or your love. When you give, you don't just change the lives of others, you change your own life. The power of giving is boundless. The more you give, the more you'll receive, and the more you'll realize that the true wealth of life isn't what you accumulate, it's in what you share. Giving is the key to unlocking a life of abundance. So, give, and watch how the world opens up to you in ways you can't even imagine.